I hope you know that we're in trouble. And when I say we are in trouble, I'm assuming that you're watching this and you're Nigerian. Nigeria is in trouble. You see, when somebody has like HIV, they won't know immediately, but signs will start showing that the person is dying. And if the person doesn't get the needed treatment as soon as possible, then it is over. I think Nigeria does not realize how much we are in trouble. We are at war. You might say, there's no war in Lagos now. So what are you talking about? If one part of your body is sick, ultimately your whole body is sick. The North is crying right now. And the government that we have is not protecting our people. You see, one of the core things that a government is supposed to do is to protect the people. We do not institute a government if we do not understand how to handle things by ourselves. So a government is instituted to make sure that, okay, people are doing well, there's safety, there's infrastructure for people to live appropriate lives. Now we are in a situation where our government cannot guarantee our safety. When I say our, I don't mean like, oh, me personally, because I am personally safe. I am making a YouTube video from somewhere in Lagos and I have the privilege of relative safety. But I cannot promise myself that tomorrow, with everything that I'm seeing outside, that I'll be safe tomorrow. I know I've said on this channel before that um the the talk around Christian genocide is a bit overblown and it's more of a both sides thing. But this past attack has actually hurt my argument because on Palm Sunday, a bunch of seemingly Muslim raiders go to a predominantly Christian area and kill up to 30 people. That hurts my argument. And that is something that people will say and say, look, it's Christian genocide. But I've been saying this thing since. It doesn't look good. And I look at my government and I say, what is the government doing? An idiot. What's this? This Obikubana said that, oh, this attack was only done to embarrass President Tinubu on his birthday. And the question I ask myself is Tinubu not already embarrassed by the way the country is going right now? What is significantly better than when he joined? Can you objectively tell me something? When you become president, your a title that is given to you is GCFR, the General Commander of the Federal Republic. You are the highest ranked military officer as soon as you become president. Our safety is in your hands. When the first attack happened this year, it was Meduguri, and President Tinubu was in UK. In my head, I'm like, it is because that trip was already done and there are important things to do. Yes, you go through the trip. But since coming back, I don't think Tinubu has set one foot in Meduguri to go and look at those people, to go and console them, to go and let them know that it's going to be okay. Even this Jos thing, that's how you know that Nigeria is a completely unreal place. Jos, your president goes to Jos, he does his meetings at the airport, and then he flies back to wherever he's going. What more of I don't give a crap about you people do you guys need to understand? And what annoyed me and shocked me, it didn't shock me because, again, Nigerians are generally a docile people. Nigerians only have energy for people they know they can beat. If you observe Nigerians generally, they only para for people that they know they have power over. They don't para for people above them. They don't para for people that need to be parred for. If you don't understand what para just means get agitated, get hyper for people like that. Tinubu shows up in Jos, and there are people kneeling down and greeting him. Oh, welcome. Welcome, our president. Welcome this. And the question I ask myself is, what exactly are we doing? Tinubu goes on stage and says, "Oh, I cannot give you money. All I can do is promise that this will not happen again." You cannot give them money. Why is money the first thing that came to your mind? Why? What we want from you is security. That's what we hired you for. But now you and your son are all around the country distributing rice. And you assume that that is going to be enough to secure us. But the most ridiculous part about this is that those bags of rice will probably be enough, because Nigerians, as a community, as a general, we do not care about issues that don't directly affect us. Once you see that is in another state, it does not really affect me. Is when, even if it's in your state, it does not directly affect you. But as soon as it happens to your family member, that's when you realize that there's a problem. There's a lack of empathy that a lot of Nigerians have. And it's weird because I think we look at our leaders as more of our quote unquote fathers and our elders. So we respect them to an almost idiotic level. Our leaders are our servants. We elected these people. My father was given to me by nature, by God. I did not choose my father. The moment I choose somebody in authority over me, that person has an obligation to me to, if I choose you to lead me to a good direction. That's why in football, generally it is always the coach that gets sacked first, because we have chosen you to lead this team in a good direction. And once you are not leading this team in a good direction, the rest of your team might be crap, but you are going to be the first head that will be sacrificed. There was no level of accountability at all in that speech that he gave in Jos. He said, "Oh, God, we console you. Oh, we cannot give money. We can promise this will not happen again." Sir, how? How can you promise that this will not happen again? You cannot make that promise, because if you could actually make that promise, you would have done it before this thing happened again, because the nature of insecurity in Nigeria did not happen yesterday. It has been happening since, and all of you are watching. But because we as a society, we are docile enough not to push you on what we need you to do, you have not done anything.